Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I am currently setting up my 25 Lagoon again. What happened was I had a Lyngbya outbreak. Lyngbya is a poisonous type of cyanobacteria, but it looks like Bryopsis kind of. So yeah, anything that ate it just died, and went through like 5 urchins, 2 of my clownfish died, and a whole bunch of crabs and snails died. So the second something eats it, it dies. Hydrogen peroxide can get rid of it if you dose it to your tank. I didn't want to go through that hassle. I just bleached everything, took everything out. The anglerfish I actually found a home for a long time ago. So yeah, now I'm setting this up again, and this is what I got for my rock structure. And I believe it's going to be kind of like a softy tank. So mostly high-end mushrooms, high-end zoas, high-end softies, maybe a torch or 2. I wanted to get into the gold torches and stuff like that. So I have my rock structure finalized. I'm actually going to get some sand in here and some water and you know, get it going, and we'll come back to see how that looks like. Right guys, I added the sand. I'm going to be using reef grade sand for this. I don't necessarily need reef grade because it's not going to be a super high flow tank, but in the event that I do want to switch directions from mushrooms and softies to higher flow things, the reef grade is going to come in handy. The other reason I'm using this is going to be my first nano tank with sand in it. All of my tanks are usually bare bottom, and the reason I'm going to do it is because I found a Randall's goby. I'll put a picture of him up here. I found a Randall's goby and I fell in love with it, and I need it, and he is a burrowing goby, and he needs sand. So this is probably, you know, going to be pretty adequate for him. I also have a fairy wrasse, a longfin fairy that I absolutely love as well, and he also, most wrasses feel more comfortable if they can bury themselves. They don't all need sand. I've kept them in bare bottom tanks before with no problems, but they do feel a little better with sand. So I mean, it's a win-win. And yeah, so I'm going to get water in this, and I am going to show you guys how I'm going to cycle it, and then we'll start the cycle, and then we'll be back whenever it's done cycling with the first additions. And yeah, so if you guys want to follow along with more detail as to what equipment I'm going to be using, because I do have it all, it's just not all in the tank yet because it's unnecessary at the moment. You can follow my build thread at Reef to Reef. My tag on there is Oscar47F, and yeah. Alright guys, so a quick tip when you guys are filling up your tank. You should use the lid on your bucket. I use this thing, I pour it straight on the lid, and I get very minimal disturbance in the sand. I still get that cloudiness, but not too much. So that's a pretty good tip, I would say. And I'm going to get this filled up the rest of the way, but I wanted to show you guys kind of what I use. My go-to things, I use ammonium chloride. I have Dr. Tim's, but I've also used the Quick Cycle by Brightwell Aquatics, and that one works well as well. It's literally the same thing. The only difference is the Brightwell Aquatics one has a little bit of phosphate in it, and they say that helps with the cycle even more. I personally see very little difference. It works pretty fast either way. I also use Matrix. I've found that it's a little better. Some of the ceramic medias out there have been having like aluminum leaching issues, and I don't feel like dealing with that. I've never really heard anything bad about this. I'm sure there are bad reviews, but I've never had anything crazy happen. And then I use Microbacter 7. Sometimes I use live nitrifying bacteria, but this is what I have on hand. I'm also going to be using some biomedia from the established frag tank that's been running for like 6 months. I'm going to use that as well, along with this. And then I actually have another product that sometimes I'll use, sometimes I won't. It's PNS ProBio. And this is supposed to be like purple non-sulfur bacteria, and it's supposed to be really good at nitrifying. So I've been using this in the frag tank since I started it. I don't use too much of it, obviously, as you can see, but it smells like crap. But works pretty good. I mean, I'll throw some in there, a few milliliters in there every once in a while, so I'll be doing the same thing with this tank. So yeah, let me get this set up the rest of the way, and we'll get the pump in there and get everything running. Alright guys, so I have it up and running. I actually just turned on the pump and everything. Everything looks great. I should expect it to clear up, you know, within the next couple, overnight at least. I have the pump. So this is the stock pump. It comes with a DC pump by the Mighty Jet. It comes with a 300 gallon per hour pump. I am probably going to upgrade that to the 500 gallon per hour pump, just because I don't think that it is circulating enough. And honestly, with that 500 gallon per hour pump, I will probably not need power heads. I'll probably add like a Nero 3 or something in the near future, but that'll be about it. So yeah, hopefully I'm gonna actually add some of the media tomorrow. I already added the ammonium chloride. I already added some Microbacter 7. I will add established biomedia in the morning. I need to check those levels, and yeah, I mean, it should be cycled in about a week. I'm not going to put lights or anything on this thing for a few weeks, just to make sure, you know, I'm getting all the nutrients and everything under control from the start. So that's another tip. If you guys are cycling a tank, do not turn on your lights. Your lights are going to feed the algae growth in here. When you're cycling a tank, your ammonium, your nitrate, and your phosphates are fluctuating constantly, and it can lead to some algae growth. So I like to stock my tank almost completely before I turn the lights on, just because when I stock it completely, I can monitor those nutrient levels based on what I'm feeding and what the fish are producing. I can get those under control first, and then I can go on with my lights, go on trying to grow coral and algae and adding corals. It's a method that's worked for me. It helps kind of skip that ugly stage, if you will. You will get, you know, some things here and there. You just add a cleanup crew, add a few urchins, things like that, and they should take care of it for you. But as far as any major ugly stages, I kind of skip those with my frag tank, and I'm cycling this tank the exact same way. So hopefully that'll be skipped. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. I will be posting a reef-to-reef thread on this tank more in detail. I'll probably be updating that reef-to-reef thread even more, or I will be on Instagram updating it even more. My Instagram handle is flowering_reefs. I'll probably put that in the description. I will put the reef-to-reef link in the description as well. And I hope you guys stay safe out there, and until next time.